So you need to have kind of metrics, but also secondary metrics to support the initial metrics to give you an idea of if those metrics are actually worth something and if you're actually getting clients good results. The first thing to do is you need to check client data for each individual client. Now, in this case, I'm not talking specifically about just Meta ads data, because as you saw in that dashboard I shared for you a second ago, we weren't just pulling in data from Meta. We're pulling in data from Meta, we're pulling in data from high level, so you can actually check their appointments, what's their lead to conversion ratio, what's their speed to lead, what is their appointment cost. We're not just care about Meta stuff right now. We care about pulling in as much data as possible, at least data that is actually matched to the client. This can be different things such as CPL, CPM, CPA, ad spend, number of appointments, the number of leads, the conversion percentage, the ROAS, any sort of cancel percentage. This is basically data we need to collect that actually matters to the client. The whole idea of this is that we're collecting all this different data to get an assessment of how the client is actually performing. And it's very, very important that we actually put in the right data that we actually care about. So first things first, obviously you want to make sure data is accurate. That's the most important thing whatsoever, because if the data is being pulled in is not accurate, then you're just wasting your time. But secondly, you actually want to make sure that you're bringing in data that clients will actually care about. If all of them are unqualified bums who can't afford anything, there's no point of actually spending time and saying, hey, I'm getting you great results, when in reality you're not. So you need to have kind of metrics, but also secondary metrics to support the initial metrics to give you an idea of if those metrics are actually worth something and if you're actually getting clients good results. For example, you could say every Friday, we're going to spend Friday going over all the different client data and tracking these different items, maybe putting them in a spreadsheet or putting in ChatGPT. And the most important thing, guys, is that you're tracking the right numbers in this stage, because this is basically what's going to make or break this whole reporting system. If we're not tracking the right numbers on a consistent basis, the numbers that our clients actually care about, then this whole health score indication and get an idea of who's performing well or not is not going to mean anything.